Yo, it's effective immediately. I'm DJ Hed.
What up, Hip Hop Nation? It's your favorite homegirl, Gina Views.
We have a special guest in the studio, a legend, one of my big homies, an OG, one that is not afraid of the criticism and not afraid to speak his mind.
That's right.
X to the Z Xzibit.
What's up, man?
I always wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Coming live from you and yours.
Yeah, Mr. X to the Z Xzibit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Man, thank you for being here.
No,
I know you never done my show before.
Never. First time.
First interview? Y'all, you know?
Nah, like, and
No.
we done chopped it, like.
Yeah. We talk extensively, but
Yeah,
this is the
Oh,
first
like,
time.
we talk often too.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
never done the show. And X took me on the road with him one time.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Yeah, it was
Hell
cool.
yeah.
I got the DJ for you. That was crazy. Thank you for that. You
Come
and
on,
shout out
man.
to Kato.
Yeah.
And shout out to my dude EJ.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to reminisce real quick.
Absolutely.
Getting to see people like yourself do classic records in a space like Vegas. Was like a moment for me because I always be on them. They don't appreciate our shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like hella international people in there.
Yeah.
And it was people from all over the world singing them records. And I was like, damn. Like, while I'm DJ, I'm trying not to fuck your setup.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to fuck the setup.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this shit crazy.
Yeah.
Like, people really like Asians and like white people and just like all these people singing a song. Do that shit ever trip you out? Because I know you be overseas a lot.
Yeah, man.
People who don't speak English and shit.
I mean, I've been in places where they don't speak a lick of English, but they know my songs word for word. But I digress because, you know, it's really a testament of how strong the culture in the West Coast is.
Yeah.
And, you know, how people like dive into these records and, you know, base so much of their music curriculum on what we do out here in the West. And we throw up the W, but you know it stands for the world. You know, the impact that these records have had across the planet is immense. And to be part of that, you know, that club, that fraternity that's been putting these records out and getting so many accolades for it, it feels really dope to be able to be part of that movement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's still going.
It's ongoing. But I just think, like, for me as a fan, fuck like being a homie and all the little homie, whatever. Like, just a fan, just seeing that. It'd be every time that happens, I'm like, damn, this shit. Because I just went to see Kendrick.
Yes.
And I was having that moment, like, damn, people really fuck with us.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't.
The stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who you're listening to. You know what I'm saying?
So when we had Cube up here, I've asked everybody, and I don't know if I asked you off the air before, but I've asked Cube, I've asked Dogg, I've asked 40, like I've asked the homies, like, why people don't fuck with us.
Yeah.
Has that been Warren was the only person that said that wasn't his experience, but he had a different Def Jam experience. But I always had to chip on my shoulder, like, people don't fuck with us. People don't fuck with us.
Well,
has that been your experience?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Okay.
Back then or
Absolutely.
still?
No, it's okay. So my first record company I was signed to was Loud Records, and it was in New York. So my experience coming from L.A. at the time, there was a West Coast office, an East Coast office, and when I went out there, you got to understand. That's why I said, you know, it depends on who you're listening to, because the artists fuck with us, you know, the people in the street fuck with us.
Yeah, the people fuck with us.
Right. But when you get in them buildings,
The infrastructure.
the people that have them jobs and the A&Rs and the media people, when they don't see their favorite, you know, person being celebrated, then they automatically shit on the person who is getting celebrated. And look, I've been in places where I just left the radio station and I'm listening to it in the car and they talking shit about us when we just left. You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck outta here.
Yeah, I've been in
Did
those
y'all go back?
situations. Nah, man, we was on our way to the airport.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You would have went back.
Oh, whatever. But I just know. But I mean, it's just. I mean, it's just what it is. So if you listen to the people that are trying to take your place, yeah, they're always gonna not fuck with us, right? But when you talk to the world and the people that are just like listening for good music and good content, then you know you can see clearly that you know they come to us for a reason.
What is it? What do you think the reason is? Why? What? If you had to just boil it down to a couple of reasons, why don't the quote unquote infrastructure or people like celebrate our shit like they do everybody else?
The West Coast is different because first of all, people don't understand that the West music anyway is really closely associated with the gang culture that comes from here. And the gang culture is based off rules and regulations that are way older than everybody here. You know what I'm saying? And it comes from the penitentiary down to the streets, into the music, into the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we interact with each other. So that hasn't changed. And I think that people come here not understanding that. And so when you look at the artists such as, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, like they are respected as an OG would be respected from a set. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And especially somebody with a great reputation and ain't no smut on their name or none of that. And then they get to go out and, like we good forever.
Yeah.
Forever. You know what I'm saying? Like where at other places, they all fighting over these same 6 seats that they think exist in success. You know what I'm saying? But out here, once you own, you a made man, you good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do nothing to fuck it up, you good. You know what I'm saying?
And you move around freely, and
absolutely.
And it's a respect thing.
And I think that's what people are attracted to this space for, is because the authenticity, they can see there's an organization to it, and when people get to see how they're celebrated here amongst their peers, I mean, you can't duplicate that. You can't take it nowhere.
Did I forgot who we was talking to, but we were talking about that, like how things were back in the day versus how they are now. And do the older generation, do you guys have any responsibility for how we being treated because y'all was bullying niggas back in the day? Y'all was.
I'm not taking any responsibility for that right now.
Y'all was bullies back in the day.
No. Well, I mean, like, we'll explain. Explain. What do you mean bullies?
Like death row?
Oh, well, I mean.
It's like that might be the reason the West got the stigma because of how the OGs was doing it.
Not everybody in the West was moving like death row. Not everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, I mean, I think that, let me put it like this. When you knock on a door and nobody opens it, you just knock a little harder. Yeah. When you keep knocking and nobody still don't answer the door, you might kick the door. Mm-hmm. When nobody's coming to the door after you kick it, you might have to blow the house up. You know what I'm saying?
That escalated quickly.
That's that West Coast shit.
That's what it is, though. But I explained it right there.
Yeah.
Once you stop, you can only ask for respect for so long, and all we were doing is just trying to coexist. Yeah. But when you get shut out, we needed Suge Knight. Mm-hmm. We needed him to be that figure. To like that, we done asking.
Yeah.
So now we taking all of it.
Was that the temperament back then too? It's like we need him to do what he's doing.
It was a breath of fresh air.
Really?
It was a breath of fresh air to see Death Row come in and do what they did. Right? There was nothing else to compare it to. Mm-hmm. And then I think once it got to the heights that it did, just like everything else, everything changes with money. Yeah. When money comes in, it changes everything. So when you get to 200, 300, 300 million, 400 million, something, and how many millions of records sold, and those brothers were really young at the time still too. Man, who knows what it, if temperaments would have been a little easier to deal with, if people would have been, a little more accepting or not so connected to this or not so connected to that, and then really got to the meat and potatoes of the business. Mm-hmm. It is my belief that Death Row would still be it would be Interscope Records right now. Yeah. Completely.
What is it like for you being that because if we go back to the beginning of time when you were a new artist and you coming up and you
damn, she aged me like a mother. The beginning of time when dinosaurs roamed the earth, and you wrote your first record and chiseled it in stone.
When you chiseled your first record onto
the
stone, you and Fred.
Hey, I'm not that old. Go ahead. The beginning of my career is better.
The beginning of your career.
when y'all was building the pyramid.
Like, to me, y'all the godfathers. Like, that's y'all who my daddy was listening to on the way to school. Like, y'all the godfathers of this
All right,
shit.
okay,
you know?
I'll take that. I accept that. I accept that. Yes.
But at the beginning of your career, being a
Nigga,
new
when God
artist,
said, let there be light.
Yeah. When you and God graduated from elementary school.
you and God is crazy.
God.
Graduating with Jesus.
God was a West Coast nigga.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
No, but just being like early in your career and seeing the beginning of labels like Bad Boy and Death Row, and you still being here, you still being able to smell your flowers while we giving them to you. What does it feel like for you to see the demise of two big empires, and we have two of maybe our biggest moguls, Diddy and Suge, being incarcerated?
Well, it's a twofold answer. First of all, I believe that all that stuff is done by design. I think that they took the most imposing people and gatekeepers away for specific reasons, which is a playing field in a universe that I probably will never understand because I'm not in that thing, right? I'm a creative. I love the creative aspect of what we do. I'm not driven by money. I'm not driven by power. Right, so that's why I been safe in my little bubble. You know what I'm saying? I went off I haven't been threatening to anyone in their position. Now, what we're seeing is, yes, it is sad to see. I never want to see any of our brothers, whether they powerful or not, go through what these brothers are going through. But what I will say is, I think it's very interesting that this is happening, and they went from the highest of heights to this lowest of low to kind of. You know, they used to do the same thing back in the Jim Crow times. If you show some rebellion or you show some kind of like effort of being like, I'm not with the bullshit, they make an example of you to scare everybody else. You know,
that's how you keep the niggas in line.
How you keep the niggas in line. And I don't think that people are taking that into accord. They're too busy into the with the drama and the machismo of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like you guys aren't looking like they trying to send a message. They're not doing this for your entertainment. They're sending a message because really what it boils down to is all this technology, all these phones, all these, the streaming and all that stuff. They made it really easy to go directly to the consumer. We don't need a middleman. That's why all the labels have been shut down, and it's only like the big three or maybe two now. You know what I'm saying? That people really fuck with, and everybody's independent. And they flood the airwaves with all this garbage music to make it hard for the people that are really artists to get through to the artists. Yeah. I mean, get through to the audience. But then, it's like right now what we're seeing is the tug of war of people with no talent and just the paperwork, and they trying to find their control. They still want to control it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think we're seeing, the why everything is all over the place and why, you're seeing all these weird-ass artists come out of nowhere and why are they getting pushed and why are they doing that? They're clogging it for a reason. But I think everything goes in cycles. I think that people are now been drinking out of this fire hose for so long and been hearing these words and the same 6 or 12 words was in everybody's vocabulary in the same beat for so long. They're looking for something different. They're looking for authenticity. Yeah. They're looking for anybody that is a genuine spirit, and they can feel it. So I think that's why it feels good to be dropping a new record from me in 2025. Because I feel that energy. I feel like people are looking for something else. Yeah. Like if I feel like I had to compete with, a song that, is not necessarily what I would consider hip hop. I think people are past that. I think that there's an audience for that. I think that people are now looking for something a little more substantial, which is my speed, my time. You know what I'm saying? I feel good doing that. But now I think that hip hop, again, to answer your question, I think hip-hop has grown. I think it's massive. I never want to be the old guy in the room ridiculing the fucking young kids. Like, back in my day, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got to come from somewhere. They didn't understand us when we came out. It's like, let them get their runway on and let them get to where they got to go. Because you never know who you're talking to. Yeah. But I think that Now we in a place where hip hop has to be stopped getting put into this little ass box, right? It needs subdivisions now. We need adult contemporary hip hop. We need rage hip hop. We need soft. You know what I'm saying? Like
subgenres.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, subgenres. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need alternative hip hop. We need those subgenres in order to accurately depict what's going on in here and stop putting Travis Scott next to Sexy Red, next to Nas, next to Xzibit. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep trying to shove us in this thing and we don't party the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do, like I listened to it, I figured it out. Like we don't do the right drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't. In order to understand what that's going on over there, I got to do all kinds of cocktail. I need to pop something and do this and twist that and and then I'm all like, oh, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? So I think now it ain't gonna happen from the Grammys. It ain't gonna happen from one person. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a collective thought. I think we all need to agree. I think we need to set the things and then let everybody else chase us like everybody else does all the time. This guy's in this side. This guy's in this side. This side's in this side. Start turning your records. Start titling your records like this. Start putting this label on your records. You know what I'm saying? Like let's set the tone. Let's set the pace and let the world follow us.
Yeah. What keeps you inspired to create after? Now you got me watching my words.
No.
Oh. After eons.
After with the Wright brothers.
So when you
had the first airplane flight.
So when you made the first spoon.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What still keeps you inspired to create music?
I love it. I love this thing of ours.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hip hop or music?
I love hip hop.
I feel that.
Hip hop saved my life.
I feel that.
You know,
people always say that. What does that mean to you?
I thought I was gonna die at 21. I was selling crack. I was shooting niggas.
Allegedly, they locking niggas up.
No, I was selling crack. Like nigga, they can't tell.
I did that. I did that shit. I did that.
Yeah, whatever they thought I was doing, I did it.
Nigga, I was doing that shit. Nigga, you talk about authenticity, nigga. That was cracking, nigga. That was cracking. No, but look. I was really in a dangerous place, and when King T and Alcoholics found me, I was off the block. I was literally straight off the block. I came to California with $3,000, a black and purple Geo tracker, some cross-color clothes, a Cool G Rap and DJ Polo CD, some 6 Snapples, and an AK-47.
Allegedly, X. God damn.
No, I still have it.
Did you say 6 Snapples?
Yeah.
What's
Snapples?
The drink?
Yeah.
What flavor?
Kiwi strawberry. I think that was what I had. Yeah. I had that. Yeah.
Or mango madness.
And so look, what?
I'm just trying like you just said it so casually. Yeah, your 6 Snapples and an AK-47. Yeah. So you drove.
Not in that order. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
You drove.
I did.
And so with $3,000, and like, what was the goal?
I had a friend here that said he had his own place, and when I got here, nigga lied and he was living with his parents. So I was like, what the fuck?
Y'all both on the couch.
All this shit in the. So
I can't bring the AK.
No, I can't do that. But the Johnson family, I still very close with them. I gave them the money I had. They allowed me to stay there. I immediately started, trying to find a place to solidify. Started couch surfing. Got with James Broadway, who was producing for King T at the time. My man Top, shout out to Top. He was manager for Volume 10. And he kind of he took me under his wing with Kelsey, and I was just cutting my teeth, man. I was a battle rap, so I was just going around and just like battling everywhere. Venice Beach, David Faustino's club, Ballistics. We go to Unity. Before the internet, there was only a few places in LA that you can go and be heard, right? So Unity was one, the Wake Up Show, West Side Radio with Julio G. You know what I'm saying? Like going to these places was like, that was the prestigious. That means you were doing something. Not everybody got invited, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, I just think that because I came from that, because I know what it feels like when something is really like vibing, when it shakes the room, that's what my enjoyment comes from. I still love creating, right? It's alchemy, creating something out of thin air, you know, that people can now physically hold and touch and see, and they seeing it word for word. That never gets old to me.
I had no clue that you were a battle rapper, and now I really got to get on my daddy because I love battle rap.
Yeah.
And being that he never told me about this is crazy.
Yeah, that's where I come from. You know, like I had no idea how to write songs when I first started trying to make music. I just had big ass notebooks of long ass battle raps of just what I'm gonna just do to a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just that's it. Yeah. That's all I'm here to do.
Bars, nigga.
It's just destroy shit. and that's how I started. But then it was like, yo, you can't. Like, where do you take a breath? Like, where's the hook?
Yeah.
I was like, what hook? You know what I'm saying? Like, left hook, right hook. Like, no,
bars,
nigga. Bar out. So that's where I started from. And
Are you Xzibit at this time?
Yeah, no, yes. I was Xzibit A when I first started. Okay. Oh, I went through a whole bunch of rap names before I got to Xzibit.
Okay, can you just list all of them?
Okay, so look. Oh my God, I can't believe you got me saying this shit. Okay. So let me tell you why I started writing. My parents hated hip hop. Hated it. They would never let me listen to it. They were very religious. Every time they caught me with something, they whoop my ass, break the shit, and just try to Bible. You know what I'm saying? I was like, But they didn't understand. I like the cleverness of both my parents were educators. My mother was an English teacher, and my father was like a special education teacher, and then he went to principal for school. So they would come home and hit us with lesson plans all the time. So I was very well read. And then when I started making, you know, like I would get in trouble all the time. So I would be in punishment. Like I spent months and months in my room on punishment. So the next best thing, they couldn't take it out of me. So I started writing my own raps. I still remember the very first rap I ever wrote.
Oh, you got to spit it.
Oh, no, wait.
I need them names, and I need you to spit that first rap.
First name. So here we go. The first name I wrote was ICE. Oh, horrible, right? And I was like, oh, fuck, I can't do that. There's Ice Cube. There's Ice Tea. There's Vanilla Ice. There's, you know what I'm saying? There's so many ices.
What stand for?
I was getting there. But then once I realized that Ice was on, I just stopped fucking with it. Okay. I wanted to make it a acronym, but it was like, no, I can't do that. So then I said, my name's Alvin. MCA. Oh, fuck. That's the name of a record company and the name of a Beastie Boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, I can't do that.
Sue the fuck out of me.
Yeah, sue the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know, so I'm looking for a name. Right? And so I was at lunch and I was battling this guy and I said something about, you know, on display, Exhibit A, da-da-da-da-da. I was like, ooh, Exhibit A. That's it. Exhibit A. So So I was like, Exhibit A. And I rapped like that for a while, Exhibit A. That's what I used to call it. And then I dropped the A. I don't know if you remember when Ebonics was a thing. The word Ebonics was a thing.
Yep.
And so Ebonics was like words that
like unsta, ansa, insa.
Yeah.
No, like finna.
Yeah,
Finsta,
finsta. It's like that made it okay for me to take the E off and put the X in the Z. People, it was like basically they setting it up for today where niggas don't read. You know what I'm saying? They set it up so that it was okay to not read. You know what I'm saying? So you can sound it out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
Like Blast, there's no A in it.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about Siri, it'd be like plain black.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I started. And that's how I got to Xzibit. Now,
when did you drop the A though?
When I dropped the E, I dropped the A.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it was XZ. No vowels. XZ, IBIT. I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like Xzibit better than ICE.
Yeah, me too.
I like it better than MCA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? MCA kind of wild.
Ooh wee. Yeah.
You would have had a rough time getting that one off.
Oh no, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I was like, and then I got to tell people that the A stands for Alvin. Nobody's afraid of Alvin.
Yeah.
Then you would have had to be going around extra proving yourself.
Yeah, then
crashing out.
Then the Chipmunks jokes is coming in.
Yeah,
Alvin and Simon Theodore. Oh fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it was fun though. It was fun, man. But that's how I started writing, and that's how I got to that name. And then, eventually, my relationship with my father was strained when I was really young because of the shit I was getting into. But then when he found a place, when I say hip-hop saved my life, back to answer your original question, hip-hop saved my life because I was on a path of self-destruction that I was not going to get off of by myself. I was going to die or be in prison forever. And so I found a place in hip-hop where I could kick and scream and really put all this frustration that I was feeling into a place that I wasn't hurting myself or others. And that's where that's why I say hip hop saved my life.
Got you. Go ahead, sorry.
What's Liquid Crew?
Oh, the Liquid Crew. That was what King T and the Alcoholics started. King T actually started the Alcoholics. He created them. He got J-Ro is from Pomona, and Tash and E Swift were from Ohio, and they came out here. He made the group because King T is one of our originals. He was around. He came out and really set the tone with NWA and Eazy-E and all that. He came out around that time. Compton Card kept it going, created the Alcoholics. And then once I came onto board, and then the Far Right came into the loop, and it was like, we got to name a crew. Because at the time, there was crews in L.A. Will.I.am used to be called Will 1X. He used to be an at-band clan, signed to Ruthless Records, before he was in the Black Eyed Peas.
What?
Absolutely. Girl, we got to have a West Coast class around this motherfucker, man. Yeah. Yeah, so at the time, there was a bunch of crews, right? So Will.I.am comes from my graduating class. He used to go with the same two cats, that he's with now. They used to come and do freestyle dancing in the clubs. No, they weren't even doing music, right? They were just dancers, right? And so then you had the Far Side. Far Side had a Far Side Manor, and they had the Wascals. They had Buckwheat. They had not only the Far Side, but they had this conglomerate. So the Liquid Crew was fashioned after that, It was like the Liquid Crew was me, Licks, King T, the Far Right, Barbershop. Barbershop was a collective of like 4 or 5 different MCs, and we were really like grooming them to be next, right? So that was kind of like how it was. You clicked together like the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody had their own clique, and everybody was trying to do their music their way, and everybody had their sound. But we all came together in the same place, and it was like a real vibrant scene. Yeah.
Are you still watching battle rap today?
Yeah, I do once in a while. I see the acapella stuff. That's one thing, but we were doing it different. We were battling over beats. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
I got a couple of classic music questions that I never got a chance to talk to you about. Yeah. So on Choke Me, Spank Me, Pull My Hair.
Yes, love song. I love it. One of my favorite love songs.
Yes. I know Dre produced it.
Yeah.
But who is the woman on that?
Tracy.
Okay, because everywhere that I looked, she's credited as Hook Girl.
What?
And I was like, that's kind of crazy.
No.
Yeah. And she's credited as Hook Girl. And I was like, what?
I know her publishing don't say that. No, Tracy. Tracy is she's been on all of our records. She's been on like everything from Dre. Like she was there with on the Dre records. Like, you name it. Like she has a angelic voice, and she can fit into any kind of scenario. When I was making that record, I told Dre what I wanted to do. He was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's the hook.
I was like, "That's the hook." I was like, "Yeah." It was crazy.
That was your idea.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Because a girl had said it to me that morning.
You said what happened?
Yeah, a girl said it to me that morning.
Okay,
yeah.
So it's inspired by true events.
Yeah. I wasn't actually in the
No.
Wait, let me explain.
Okay. Shit,
Give us some context now. We need some context.
Yeah. It'd be like, do. Yeah, so we got Xzibit on effective immediately. And he was.
Well, look. So I was dating this girl at the time. We was waking up talking, and then we was like, she said it in jest, like we were talking about, lyrics and whatever. And she's like, "Oh, and these all these choke me, spank me, pull my hair." I was like, "Oh, wow, I like that." And she's like, "Oh, you so silly." That was the end of the conversation.
Gotcha.
So then when I got to the studio, I was like, "Yo, choke me, spank me, pull my hair." He's like, "Nigga, what are you hearing that at?" I was like, "Yo, just say it." I was like, "I can't say it. Well, get Tracy. She'll say it."
Hey, can you imagine getting that phone call, Gina? Gina, I need you to come to the studio. What you need me to do? I need you to say
RJ
this.
and Problem just did that.
Oh, okay.
But that was it. That was like the records we were making at the time were like, it was the shock value. I mean, look, the first song that I blew up with is called "Bitch Please."
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was our thing.
Yeah.
The shock value.
I got some lyrics to ask you about. Front to back.
Yes.
Oh no. Let's get drunk and fuck some more.
Sure.
Please stop running your mouth. Let's go. Acting like you never seen a dick before. All these bitches in here.
Yeah. That's that's 90s conversation.
Why was it so crazy?
It was not crazy.
It wasn't crazy then.
It wasn't crazy then.
Yeah.
It may be crazy now, but then niggas are sensitive now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like niggas in touch with their feelings and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Niggas going to
yeah,
therapy.
niggas going to therapy and respecting each other and all kinds of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not, like that wasn't the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what about this one?
Okay, all right.
Get your walk on.
Yep.
I can drink a whole Hennessy fifth.
Yes.
Can you?
Some call it a problem, but I call it a gift.
Can you drink a whole fifth?
No, not anymore.
So that was cap.
No, I was doing it then.
A whole Hennessy fifth.
Oh yeah, easily. Maybe 2 or 3.
He said, "Let's get drunk and fuck some more." He was
yeah.
drunk.
Yeah, all you need is a little Coca-Cola and the ice. That shit, that's 4 drinks. Pow, pow, pow. Nigga, we having at least 8.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't believe my liver is still intact. You know what I'm saying? I still can't
Thank
believe
God.
it. Yeah, thank God.
I got one for there's this urban legend that Dr. Dre is a mad scientist and that he wants his artists that he produced to have a name record. So Snoop Dogg came out with "What's My Name." X is one of them, and then also we had Eminem, "Hi, My Name Is." There was one more that I can't think of on the top of my head, but is that true? And is that how X came about?
Absolutely.
Really?
That's exactly the thing. You have to introduce when you're having a conversation. What's the first thing you do?
Introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself. So that's where he firmly believes that making these records, you're introducing yourself to these people for the first time. Tell them your name. So that's where X came from. And actually, he named the Restless album. Walking past me, I got Restless tattooed on my neck. That wasn't even a thing. It was like tattoo right here. And he walked by, just like, what's that? What's that mean? I was like, oh, no, it's Restless. He said, that's the name of your record. Out the room.
That's it.
That's it.
I never knew that story.
Wow.
Absolutely. That's why it's called Restless. It's not because I'm restless. It's because he saw the shit and he was like, that's the name of your record.
Yeah.
Put it on there.
Damn.
Same font that was here. The tattoo existed before the record did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
We were just talking about remixes and remakes and stuff, and there's 2 versions of "Bitch Please." Is there a backstory to that?
No, there's not a remix. It is a remix,
Well,
but it's 2 versions.
Yeah, it's just 2 versions.
Right. So Bitch Please was done first for No Limit Top Dog. That was the record that Snoop did for Master P. And I got a call from Dogg. He was like, "Yo, nephew, I want you to, go do this record with me. Dre gonna do the beat. I want you to go over there." Went over there. Dre was in there by himself. Short conversation. He pressed the play on the beat. I wrote my shit in 15 minutes and I left. I thanked him for the opportunity. I was gone. I didn't stay. I didn't try to sell myself or, hey, man, listen to my music. I was like, yo, thank you for the opportunity. I'm out.
That was y'all first time working together?
First time working together. So then it was like, I got a call from Dogg. He was like, yo, we're going to use that as a single. You snapped on there. Nate Dogg jumped on there. and now we're gonna use it as a single. First time on MTV main rotation. First time on like top 40 Billboard chart, top 10. You like my shit started. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, this is crazy. So then the success of that warranted being able to be invited to be on 2001 and the Up in Smoke tour, and then working with the camp, you know. And I've never been signed to Aftermath. I've never been signed to Interscope. I've never been signed to any of that. Mm-hmm. I've always had my own record deal, but the fact that the respect and the relationship with Dr. Dre, I think I'm the only artist that he's ever done stuff across the street for.
Yeah.
You know, like produced and executive produced a whole album for somebody that wasn't. Like connected to him, right?
Which is big.
Which is huge, and I'll always love that man. You know, for what he's done for my life, what he's done for my professionally. I can confide in him. I talk to him about serious shit all the time, because I respect his opinion, and like I don't have the words to express how much I love that dude. You know.
I do have I have a question about.
Oh, but wait! I didn't answer the question.
Sorry.
Second thing, it was Bitch Please 2, which is he's never done either. He's never done a part 2 of any record, right? So Bitch Please 2 was on Eminem's record, right? And so that was just like, you know, that's why Snoop said in the beginning, you gonna hit him 2 times, Dr. Dre?
Oh yeah,
that was hard.
You gonna hit him again? Like I ain't never seen this.
Don't.
But that was good. That song was huge, and we still perform it to this day. So
What's
shout out to
Dogg.
What's
your favorite version? The first one or the second one?
First.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, both of them. I mean, both of them are gigantic records.
Yeah.
But I mean, the first one set it off, and then that was like a pivoting. That was a turning point for me in my career. Like I was considered a backpack rapper. I was like, you know, just it was levels to it. And I went up like several levels when that song came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you in your career when Bitch Please dropped?
I had just got finished doing What You See Is What You Get. That video was like, I was still trying to find my sound. Yeah. And I was like, that video really like set me out. It I was doing my thing. I was landing punches, but I wasn't knocking niggas out. You know what I'm saying? I was landing punches, but I wasn't. Nobody was getting knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
What was the knockout song?
Bitch, please. Knock them bitches out. I was like, pow, 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 pow. I was like, now I know how to swing this motherfucker.
On his head.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we just witnessed one of the greatest hip-hop battles of all time this last year. But I remember calling out names for the first time. And I was like, this is the craziest shit I ever heard.
Yeah.
Because he was like, fuck Belly, fuck a movie?
Yeah.
He was Kurupt went crazy at that, right? He was like, fuck you too. And then he just went crazy. And Xzibit is on the record.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck Belly is crazy.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
what did Belly do?
Yeah.
Is that Hype
Belly
Williams?
was just representative of New York.
No, because DMX was in the movie.
That's what I'm saying, but we didn't look at it like that.
Yeah.
Like, we just look at it like it's just a movie about New York culture.
Right.
Like,
I didn't fuck T-Boss, fuck Hype Williams.
Fuck Hype Williams. What did Hype do to you?
That's some bullying West Coast shit.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Xzibit is part of the record.
Yes.
Did you know, like, was it just, this my man, that's what it is, his own? Or, like, was it a conscious decision, or you didn't know?
I didn't know until it came out. They sampled that.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, that sample is from 3 Card Molly.
Right.
If it wasn't for the West, these rap niggas wouldn't need a vest around their chest.
So you didn't even know about it?
I didn't know until it came out.
We found out.
Oh, yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, yeah. When that shit came out, I was like, huh.
Did you get phone calls about that shit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because when shit dropped now, I get all the phone calls.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going down.
So, like, what was that like? What was the phone, like?
It's like, at the time, nigga, it's on. You know, like you don't ask no questions. Like, it's on. It's on. Like,
right, well,
everybody was so tight, and the love was so genuine. Like we don't give a fuck. It's us against everybody. Like, fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck, and that's what it went. Yeah, that's where it went.
Fuck Paid in Full.
Yeah, fuck it. Fuck it.
Fuck Juice.
But you got to understand.
But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, like you said, you were not necessarily in that. Like, you were always, you were part of it, but
Yeah.
you had your own situation.
Absolutely.
You still had to move around.
Yeah,
Like,
hell yeah. Yeah, I still got to go over there.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think you and Warren are the only two that kind of had your own situation where y'all could, like, y'all had to go play nice, so to speak, or go move around.
No, I think being signed to Loud Records didn't necessarily make me go there and to get like, you know, any kind of special treatment. They still shit on me in the office. They still made sure that their shit that came out had all the bells and whistles, and we got what was left over. It was always an uphill battle.
Got you.
Always. It was never fun. It was always a fight, right? Only when I started ignoring the label and everybody thought I was signing Aftermath, and they was coming to the show and that wasn't letting them in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know them niggas. Fuck them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm from this place. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then it got better because then it had like, okay, let's have a sit down.
Yeah.
Like,
Now they took you serious.
Yeah, they took me serious. You know, it's like, dude, I'm done asking. You know what I'm saying?
I
like,
feel you.
Yeah.
The other one was I got two more music things. One was when you did with Nate Dogg with what's the name of the record? Multiply.
Yes.
That was one of them records that everybody was playing, and it was like a moment. And I think, was that your first that was your first solo record with Nate, right? No, second record. Was that your second record with Nate?
No. That was my third because the first one was Been a Long Time. Time is steady wasting.
Okay.
Yeah, that was first, yeah.
To me, this was around the time when Nate started to become one of them people like that they took him serious in that space. He was just like you said, he's just a West Coast guy.
Right.
But then I'm looking now, people are starting to. I mean, this is a minute ago, but I was little. I was trying to remember. I remember when Nate Dogg went from being the background guy to being the front.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your perspective of how that? Like, what do you think is the thing that put him there?
He fought for that.
Because then nobody gave him shit.
He fought for that. Everybody used Nate for hooks. And I do mean used him for hooks. So eventually we've had lots of conversations about this. And his frustration came from just being put in that box. And I remember it like clear as day. He's like, I'm not doing that shit no more.
He didn't want to do hooks for people no more?
No.
Wow.
I'm not doing that shit no more. Like, if they want me to do that, here's the price, pay it. But for me, I need to put my music to the forefront because I came up in the church and, you know, like, I have certain things that I want to do with my music that I'm not able to do being stuck in this hook box. So that's why them records started coming out the way they started coming out.
Yeah.
I had a really dope relationship with Nate. Different than the other relationships I've had with the brothers in the same camp. Not that they were bad things, but I was really, like, Nate used to, like, call me and I had conversations with him that was beyond music.
Yeah.
Right? So when he passed, it was a different type of passing for me because it wasn't just the music that died with him. It was like this soul that nobody really got to know. You know what I'm saying? Other than what was portrayed in the media. So I'm going to do everything I can to keep representing this brother to the fullest forward. I'll always give it up. I still give it up to him on my shows. He's sorely missed, and there'll never be another like that.
Yeah. I remember also Nate doing because he was on that album. I think that was the Man vs. Machine album. He was on the album like several times, a couple times. Yeah. But I remember also the last thing on Nate is when I remember, like, I guess Dre and JD didn't really have the best relationship, but Nate fucked with JD. And I always thought, like, people like yourself, did y'all ever get caught up in that?
Yeah.
But was it weird or?
Yeah. It wasn't weird.
It was just different.
Yeah, it wasn't different. Me and Eminem shit on Jermaine Dupri. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was just because, you know, we were sitting in the studio one day, and he comes on talking shit about Dr. Dre, you know. And look, Jermaine Dupri in his own right, he's an awesome music producer, right? He gave us some really dope kid songs. You know what I'm saying? Crisscross and all that. The music that sounded like Snoop with the other artists, and but he knows how to make records, hit records, and R&B records and all that stuff.
All kind of records.
But again, it goes back to calling out names, nigga. That nigga Dre turned around and said, "Y'all got this." How the fuck am I supposed to react with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta go get the nigga. Y'all got this? Yeah, nigga, we got it.
Yeah.
So that's when the disc came out and M shit on him, I shit on him. That was that.
Got you.
And he took it personal and, whatever. And
the collaborations,
nothing happened.
You had a collaboration with Limp Bizkit, to me, which was different because Limp Bizkit was one of those groups in high school for me that was like, yo, this is crazy or whatever, right? Did you ever notice that people kind of treated them different? Because Fred Durst was a rapper. Mm-hmm. Did people respect Fred Durst as a rapper at that time? No,
they respected the same way. They respected him because, first of all, he was doing something. First of all, he was connected to Interscope really closely, and he was jumping the fence. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he was making huge records, and he was connected directly to the machine, having big crowds, the energy. I mean, it was like different, right? And I think that was the time when hip hop and rock started kind of merging. When it was like, you saw the Linkin Park Jay-Z collab, and you saw, us on tour. Like they would book us on the Warped Tour, which is mainly punk rock acts, and then they would book, we would do tours with Papa Roach. You know what I'm saying? Like rock and rap energy was like really synonymous at the time, and so with Fred Durst, man, it was like, break shit and all that other, you know what I'm saying? All them records that really got the crowd going. That's what we were too. Like hip hop was making people have mosh pits and all that shit too. Because
to me, like the new school is like they doing rage rap, and I'm like, that's already been
right. But that was the beginning of that. Yeah. That the rage rap is the baby of Anger Management Tour.
Touche.
You know what I'm saying?
Travis Scott,
Correct.
Ken Carson,
all of that.
Playboy Cardi.
Correct.
Last thing on this is when y'all, like you said, when calling out names, it's like fuck them, right?
Yeah.
When y'all saw DMX do, what concert was that? That was what's the one that all the white people?
Oh, Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Mm-hmm.
When you saw DMX doing that Woodstock show, was y'all like, man, this is fuck this nigga, or was it like this shit crazy? Like,
no.
Because that shit look crazy.
Yeah, we never get. I mean, that's neither here nor there. I mean, like everybody's one song away from being there on that stage, right?
Right.
So we weren't intimidated by that. I think what was crazy was when I found out that "Party Up" was the answer to calling out names.
Facts. And
that's what Drake should have did.
And it was a hit record.
That's what Drake should have did. Drake should have made a party up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but he tried to get.
He tried to get down and knuckle up with it. But I was like, I keep telling niggas, don't get into fights with niggas who like to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get into fights with niggas who come in like hitting themselves in the face. Like,
yeah, I'm scared of him. I think just punch me like, let's go.
Yeah. Oh shit! Hold on, my nigga. Let me get my shit.
I got shit to do tomorrow.
I'm over here stuck on "Party Up" being a response record.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's a Party Up is
him
a response.
and Kurupt was at it.
Yeah, to Kurupt.
So it's like you whack, you twisted, like
your girl's a hoe.
Man, so I love my baby mama, I never let her go.
Yeah.
Oh,
they were fighting over Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
We need to do a hip hop 101. Like, did y'all remember this? Did y'all know
I don't think people know that.
Oh, wow.
Well, y'all,
our era don't know that.
Oh, well, then, man, we got to get some 101
going
on here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, because I'm like, it's so many different layers to this shit that I was like, man, I've been meaning to talk to you about. And I was like, well, I can't wait till you come up here.
Bro, there's so many things that, like you guys only see the end result.
Yeah.
But what leads up to these things being said and done to each other is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Well, give me some set stories from 8 Mile. Because Anthony Mackie just did an interview, and he said that he told him his personal story, his personal life, and he used it against him in the third round.
Yeah, I knew what it was.
He cooked you too. At work.
It would have been worse.
B-Rabbit fucked you up.
It would have been worse. And I got to keep reminding niggas. That was a script. That was not Xzibit. That was Mike. That was Mike.
That ain't me.
That work
he
at the goddamn.
Mike up, not Xzibit.
Yeah, he fucked Mike up. But I mean, what's dope is like Paul Tracy. I mean, to see him turn that story, that at one point in time nobody in the world wanted to listen to, and now you have a Oscar-winning movie about your beginnings. It's awesome. But one of the funny stories that I was it was my turn to film. I get to set and I look in this. They have the sides in the trailer. I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, I'm not seeing this. I was like, I need to write my own to be in this. They was like, yeah, you need to. Well, I mean, you're gonna shoot in like an hour. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, it's not gonna take me a minute. How many bars? And then I just wrote my shit there. So everything I said in the movie, I wrote it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? But they just had to say certain things like New Detroit stamping. And, certain things had to be in it in order for it to work with the script. And I wrote it right there. And then that's how it came out.
So did you and Eminem ever spar together? Because at some point in yours, you say something about the coworker who was gay, and then he rebuttals you and say, "I'm tired of all these gay raps."
Right. It was the first time I heard him do that was the first time I heard him do it.
Okay.
We did it on set.
Was that was intentional?
Yeah, I mean,
for
it's
react
like
naturally.
Yeah, I think it's natural. I mean, but then once we got to start going through takes and and pickups,
y'all kind of know what the other one's
what's going. You know how to react to it, right? But I thought it was dope, man. I think I did better. I think I came out better than the rest of the people that was in that movie.
Yeah.
He was roasting niggas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So on set, you guys knew that that third round, he essentially was going to say something about his real life.
I know. I had no idea.
Okay.
I had no idea. But Marshall's good like that. Like Marshall he's a unicorn too. You know what I'm saying? There's only certain unicorns that are in this business. He's a unicorn. Yeah, and so for him to be able to love this thing of ours so much and love the culture and have a real actual seat at the table is well deserved. Yeah. Yeah, I'll always say that.
Were you there when
Go ahead.
Were you there when 50 Cent wrote in the club?
No.
Cuz why he say your name?
He just shouted me out.
I see Xzibit in the club.
Yeah, I'm so fucking ain't right. You motherfucking right. Hell yeah. I was like, you know who told me first? Tracy McNew. Tracy McNew told me that he had shouted me out. He's like, 50 shouted you out on the new record. I was like, really? What? I didn't. And then all of a sudden I heard that shit like everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Good job.
Were you like a heavy smoker then?
Right now, I'm smoking right now.
Yeah, he got the and all that.
Yeah, I'm smoking right now. I got like 17 edibles.
I want to get.
Let me go.
Yeah, she be off the edibles, texting the group chat.
Really?
In the middle of
Okay, so look.
Please help her ex.
I got 2 dispensaries. I got one in Bel Air, Xzibit's West Coast Cannabis, and I got one in the Valley. Same title in Chatsworth.
Oh, I live over there.
You please go to the store.
Okay.
Tell me when you're going. They're going to hook you all the way up.
He'll get you right.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She be off the gummies, bro, and she be texting the group chat like, I'm a genius. I just came up with, and she was like, write out this whole thing. I'm like, bro, like, go to sleep.
Yeah.
Those clips you see with them random questions, them come from me being high.
See? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a relaxation that comes, and then the inner thoughts get to come out through the noise.
Yeah. I want to talk about Kingmaker, but I'd be remiss if I didn't. So, Pimp My Ride. Do you regret doing Pimp My Ride?
No.
You don't regret doing Pimp My Ride?
No way.
Okay. Because I saw a rumor saying that you regretted it, and I was like, that's not. I talked to you about it.
There's so much shit that gets put out on the internet. It's just like everybody's doing everything except asking me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's reporting from all these sources say.
Yeah, who the fuck is
who the fuck is the source? If it ain't me.
Yeah.
Like niggas talking around me but not to me. Like, huh?
Did Pimp My Ride ever get any backlash for the title?
No.
Never.
No, never.
It was different
It
era.
wouldn't be able to last in this era, boy.
Absolutely it would. Pimp My Ride. We took a word that is, traditionally not known for being nice people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And turned it into something where middle America was like, hey, you're going to pimp that out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, yeah. I want him to come pimp my...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You think? Do you think the show is ahead of the time? Because now we're part of this era. Like the TikTok era is the do-it-yourself.
Yeah.
DIY.
When I first did that show, it was a risk. Reality TV was not, it was frowned upon by hip hop. Just like back in the day when MC Hammer was doing Pepsi commercials. Now niggas would kill their mama to get a Pepsi commercial. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To be just seen, the attention.
Yeah.
But back in the day, that wasn't the case. So that was a risk going that direction. And I was in between album cycles. It was like one of the last things me and Paul kind of talked about because I was on Collab. I was managed by Paul Rosenberg at one point. That was the last thing we kind of discussed. And he was like, what do you think? What do you think? I was like, I don't see why you can't. Well, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like a yes, you know what I'm saying, you should do it. It was like, okay, well, I'm going to go take this opportunity. And so now looking back on it, I was really... At first, I was like, I didn't understand how this fucking show was eclipsing my fucking records. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I was in households that didn't give a shit about Xzibit music, but they tuning in every time I'm on the screen.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be known as Xzibit, hardcore, lyricist, rapper, West Coast, let's go, smoke some weed, let's do a concert. Now people are like pushing past my security. Soccer moms coming and pinching my cheeks and fucking in random countries.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they people were and I have a horrible sense of humor. It's just like the way I say it to the way I talk to my family and Thanksgiving and all that stuff. Horrible dad jokes. That my whole speed is dad jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I love it. And so. Now the world is seeing me for that. And I was too close to it at the time, in the beginning. And so I did have, especially when Viacom and anybody who's had any kind of MTV experience knows what I'm saying is absolutely true. They fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously. And don't have no kind of remorse whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? They actually get surprised when you survive. It's like, he made it. Wow. Yeah. So I was just really not understanding that the Q rating that I received from doing those shows led to me being accepted in Hollywood to do major motion pictures, to do summer blockbusters, to do 3 years of Empire. It gave me the initiative to go and put myself in acting classes and do plays and like really, because when I looked at myself in my first movie, big movie was
X-Files.
It was Triple X2.
Oh,
with Ice Cube.
X2.
I looked at that movie. I was like, ooh, I'm really bad. This is really bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't know how to control my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, my hand, like Will Ferrell, I don't know what to do with my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I'm looking at this thing, and the difference that you see when you on TV, your face is about as small as this water bottle or this phone, right? At the most. When you're on a movie screen, that shit big as the building. And when you don't know how to use your face, it's like, nigga, ooh, this is bad.
It comes out.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Really, really, really clearly. So I was like, so because I'm popular, they'll put me in the seat. And I didn't have to audition or nothing for that movie. They was like, you got a role in Triple X2.
In my household, that was the Xzibit movie. Like the title of the movie stood for your name. Like that's how it was in my household.
But I was like, yo, they're going to give me enough room to either pull myself up or fucking hang myself. So let me take this serious. Mm-hmm. And I started like pushing myself and looking into acting classes and taking it serious. And so then from then on, every time I got a role, it was because I beat all the other actors out in the room. Mm-hmm. I went to the audition and I beat them in the room doing what they do. This is what you do. So I'm coming to beat you at what you do.
Are there any roles that you passed up on or any that you auditioned for that maybe somebody else got it? That's like a big role right now. We was talking to Essence Atkins and she told us that she auditioned for Yvette for Baby Boy.
No, I mean, like, I only go for things I really want. They try to typecast me all the fucking time. Thug number 1, thug number 3. A villain number 6, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's a guy that has a rough past, and he's really violent, and he's just a writer. You could do this. I know, nigga. I live that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. I want to be the football coach. I want to be the FBI agent. I want to be the drill sergeant. I want to be, something that takes me out of my wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. But there is one movie that will always be like, the one that got away. And I got the role. It was called Pinkville. And it was about some soldiers, and it was directed by Oliver Stone. I was opposite Bruce Willis and a whole bunch of other actors, and it was a period piece. So we jumped from me being young to me being old and a veteran and like talking about this thing, and then it was about Vietnam soldiers that went and like slaughtered this whole village, and then kind of like had to live with this thing. It was like men, women, children, everybody's getting waxed. Mm-hmm. And so then they come back home and they have to it was like a documentary on it. So I was playing this one guy, the sergeant who gave the orders to kill everyone. So this is my 8th read, right? My 6th or 7th read. Now I'm in the room with Bruce Willis and Oliver Stone, and he's sitting there looking at it, and I nail this. I know I don't even have to rap no more after this. Like, this movie was one of them. You know what I'm saying? And so right before I got fitted, everything was ready to go, and it was the day before we were supposed to go to the airport and go to the Philippines to film. I was so fucking excited. I got the call and it said, "Hey, there's a writer's strike, and we need a writer on set. Oliver can't do the film without a writer. We're shutting down production. Game over."
Is this the recent writer strike, or
no,
there was
one before? If you look up Pinkville, it's the movie that never happened.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But man, that thing was about to be dynamite. And I wrote Oliver Stone Christmas cards because I was just that close to being on that seat.
Damn.
Yeah.
Was your role in the Wash Improv?
I don't know, maybe.
When you you bought the tape and you you sold me a tape with a cover on it that got 1 F for Puffy, and it's two F's in it.
Oh yeah, probably.
But you got a quotable in there.
Yeah.
Where you say, "Yeah, what's up now, player?"
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that gotta be improv.
Yeah, I mean, but it's good. I mean, those are fun. Like we with the homies, we know what we doing. That was a remake of a classic film.
Oh, I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, DJ Pooh,
genius.
His insight and his humor is beyond what people understand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And when he came with that concept and got Dre and Snoop to be, in that movie, and they got all the homies, those are feel good moments. That's when you are able to get your people and have them involved in a passion project. It was dope, man. Yeah, but I mean, probably that was improvised. Yeah.
Kingmaker is I remember us having a conversation. I don't know if it's public or not. If not, then don't mind it. But you were saying this is like it. Like, as far as like you being an artist, putting yourself out there in the forefront, I want my final thing to be, I'm a kingmaker, meaning it's not about X. Mm-hmm. It's about the people that I'm empowering, the people that I'm leaving, people that I'm putting on. Is that still the sentiment?
Not now. This shit going up. I ain't getting out my seat, nigga.
Right.
Wait a minute.
Because that's what I remember. I remember us having a conversation. I'm like, why? Like you was like,
but look. Here, you got to understand where I was coming.
This
from.
was a long time ago in Vegas, by the way.
You got to understand. Where
You've been making this album for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I started and stopped this album like 4 or 5 different times, and really, it was like I was looking at the state of hip hop. I was looking at what am I doing here?
What is your why? Or
Yeah. What, like, I'm looking for what I fell in love with hip hop for, and I can't find it. I don't hear it. I don't see it. I mean, it's the fluff and the WWE and the semantics are bigger than the sounds. It's like, I don't give a fuck who you're fucking. I don't give a fuck who you're fighting. I don't give a fuck who you said fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you too. You know what I'm saying? Can you rhyme, nigga?
Yeah.
Are you gonna say something where I'm gonna be like, oh, that's tight? Or do you just or is it just that because the semantics around you are so amazing and so real and so attention grabbing that it's now we just listen to your music because of that? I'm not doing that. You suck, nigga.
Yeah, that part.
You can't rap, nigga.
That's Gina.
You not on beat, nigga. You are using 6 words, nigga, throughout the whole fucking song.
I need this as a soundbite. I just need that.
You don't know how to read, nigga.
Yeah.
Your comprehension skills is in the trash,
Nigga.
nigga. So I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who offended.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. This shit was built on a communication before there was internet, before we found. The only reason we knew what was happening in New York is because New York niggas was putting it on records and we was listening to it and understood it.
Yeah.
And it was clever and it was dope and people invested in that. Only reason we knew what was happening down south and beyond was because of the music. We get it. We listen to 2 Live Crew. We know they shaking ass down there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We know we want to hear, hey, we want some pussy. We going right out there to Miami, and we going to listen to them records, and we know what time it is.
We know. You already know.
We already know. But now everybody's trying to sound the same. Everybody wants to be on the same beat and the same cadence. And because they have access to the audience way better than we had when we first started, they think they're better. But that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You guys have access. You know what I'm saying? But now we're to a point where anybody with Wi-Fi thinks they're a fucking artist. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's
so
like,
can you rap, nigga?
Can you rap, nigga? Can you rap on beat? Can you rap in the circle? Can you battle? Can you make a hit record?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's been lost in the sauce. So that's why that's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not intimidated by none of this shit. Like, I know the genuine connection I have to hip hop, it cannot be broken. And so I know when I hear it, I know when I see it, and it exists. There's like, the Chef Boy. The Chef Boy got a huge record. I love that fucking record. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I love to hear Coyote. I love to hear Domo Genesis. I love to hear motherfucking Compton AV. Yeah. Like, there's some cats out there that got it. And it ain't because they like using like all kinds of metaphors and all of that. Look, you could hear it in their spirit, and you could hear it in the way that they care for the craft. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick put a battery in the whole city at that pop-up concert. He put a battery in the city. So, nigga, we was out here looking at each other like we done tried everything else. We done killed each other. We done dissed each other. We ain't tried unifying.
Might as well.
We ain't tried that one.
That's one thing we didn't try.
Oh, nigga. Yeah. We didn't try that one.
It look good when we do it.
Oh, man. That shit, you see that? Oh, this
I know. I saw it.
Look.
Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah, push. I think that when the city felt that, I was like, ooh, this. It gave me chills. Because I was in New Zealand.
Yeah, I remember that.
When I was in New Zealand, I put that shit up, I hooked this shit up on the TV. Nigga, I was in there like I was watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Nigga, I was like, ugh. They always yelling. People were like, yo, you all right, nigga? Get in here and check this shit out.
That was one of them ones.
That was the one.
Yeah.
That was the one. I think, you know, when we were putting together, you know, our records and going out on the bigger tours, and Up in Smoke was a real big. It was a big movement, big piece to the West. It feels like Kendrick is having that run, like he's single-handedly having that run.
Yep.
And the way that he is unapologetically standing on his square is really admirable. You know what I'm saying? It gave me hope. It was like, yo, David and Goliath, we understand that aspect of it. I think people severely underestimated Kendrick, and to their detriment, you know. But, I mean, look, at the end of the day, the spirit of competition has always been part of hip-hop.
Always.
You know what I'm saying? You're in a fight. You're gonna get punched in the face. You don't fucking sue when you get punched in the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
especially
how I feel about it.
Especially if you wanted in on the fight.
Yeah, nigga. You started the fight.
Especially if you want the fade.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this nigga hit me. What?
Yeah.
It's a fight.
Come on.
This nigga hit me.
Come on.
Nigga, it's a fight.
Yeah, Kendrick started beating his head against the wall like, yeah. He didn't understand.
Bro,
that little quiet stint where he didn't say nothing, he was just talking.
Oh, yeah.
And the AI, the Tupac thing came out. Niggas thought he was in there. Nigga, he was in there punching himself and hitting himself on the wall. Nigga, like, let's go get these niggas.
I knew. But I was like,
I was like, okay, come on, man. I was like, you guys don't understand what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And I just sat back and just watched it. Popcorn. Ooh.
What was the record for you? What was the record that you thought was the one?
From the battles.
Well, I mean, everybody's obvious is not like us, but that was how you put a bow on it.
Yeah.
I think when the nigga start talking to the nigga's son.
Meet the Grams. I told you. That's the one.
I don't like that record.
Woo! That's
too
the
dark
one.
For me. That's too much.
Well, I'm, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had an AK-47 at the homie mom house.
Shit, you know that?
He talked to his son, his daughter, his mama, his daddy.
That nigga said, I'll get to you in a minute.
Yeah.
Let me talk to your family. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, man. Hold on, Aubrey.
Hello, Sandra.
Talk to your family.
Yeah. That's
nigga talking to a nigga's kid.
Hey, Adonis.
How do you come up with that thought? Like, you know what? Let me address the important people in the room. That's a whole. You can't play motherfucking jacks with a nigga who like to play professional chess. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that they was gonna walk through him, and it didn't happen that way. And so, yo, like I said, like, we like that shit. In the West Coast, nigga, a fade is like a good fade is this. Sometimes it's better.
I just got done explaining.
Yeah, you don't understand. like, yeah, a good fade. Oh man, let me get a good seat and look at this shit. Ain't nobody gonna jump in. Ain't nobody gonna. Hey, nigga, y'all got it.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Hey, yo. Hey, anybody jump in? You got to deal with me, nigga.
Yeah.
Y'all let these niggas fight. You let them niggas get this shit out the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga. You know what time it is.
And it was quiet. You know what? Also, to your point, nobody was dropping no music.
Yeah, nobody was dropping.
Why?
I'm finna sit right here.
Yeah, I'm about to.
You didn't drop.
No
He
way.
didn't drop. She didn't drop.
No.
Everybody was like, they got it.
No, they got it. Yo, it's a motherfucking fight in the middle of Tokyo with Godzilla, and yeah, this nigga's not playing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So, but again, after all that's to be said and done, you know, Drake is by no means dead. He's going to come and make more music. He's going to find that hit record and put it out, and he's going to be right back where he was.
Right.
But Kendrick has definitely solidified his place as one not to be fucked with
at all.
And also, it also could have backfired on him, but it didn't. It actually it destroyed any kind of misconception or any kind of where everybody thought he was. He is seriously not there. He's somewhere totally different. Mm-hmm. It's just catching everybody up. And catching everybody up, and I'm talking about the planet, to that space that fast is awesome. I
was telling everybody, like, on the radio, like, at the end of the day, people just forgot he's a nigga from Compton. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I think the main thing. Like, yeah, he's all that. You could say he's a revolutionary and he's spiritual and he's meditating.
Yeah.
He's still in Compton, nigga.
Off the block, off the blocks that our forefathers came from. You know what I'm saying? Eazy-E and Dr. Dre and Yella and Ren and you know what I'm saying? Like DJ Speed, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like he came from that cloth. You know.
Thank you for for inviting me to the video shoot, the Shut Your Mouth video.
Yeah.
Video. I'm in the video. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. But the Kingmaker, a lot of familiar voices on this project. More than I expected, to be honest with you, because I don't know which version this is. Like, you played me a version of Kingmaker maybe 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, no, it's way better. All the records on this version have been done within the last 8 months.
Okay.
There's only 2 records.
Really?
There's only 2 records on here that made it from the first original Kingmaker sessions.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the song with you and I was just talking about it. You, Ty Dolla $ign, and Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
That's one of my choices. But you saying people loving the Ice Cube record.
Yeah. We just put that out. Yeah.
Do you have a specific one that you feel like is the one that people need to fuck with? Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna just tell you, Play This at My Funeral kind of dark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember you playing that for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why would you make a song called Play This at My Funeral? Eminem did the same thing on
Coup de Grace. Yeah.
On his last album, where he wanted his daughter to like listen to this. And
yeah.
Is that like not morbid to y'all? Like y'all forecasting this?
No, I'm not afraid of death. I think death is a part of life. I think it's a natural part of life. I think my relationship with death, it hit me early on. Like my mother, I experienced death at 9. Like trying to comprehend your mother dying at 9 years old and not really having my family really, they weren't big in therapy. Like they didn't talk to me about it. It was just like I just sat with that. So I've been struggling with the concept of death and dying for a long time. So that's why I was like running into a brick wall, at 1,000 miles an hour when I was a kid. Like I wanted to die. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so when I say, I'm not afraid of the subject or the meaning or the journey of death. It's just part of life for me. So when I say Play This at My Funeral, that has nothing to do with me dying. I wrote that song because it was like we discussed. Like if this was going to be my last record, what do I want to say to people? What would be my finite statement? What would be my final things? What would be the things that I've learned? And that's kind of like that gave me the nod to write the rest of the record. I was like, oh, this is about transferring the information that has made me successful to the audience.
Got you.
Not threatening them, not telling them how strong I am or what I've been through or you ain't shit and look how much money I got. And I feel like I survived some shit. You know what I'm saying? Never went to college, never been classically trained as an actor, never, like everything I got from elbow grease, from fighting for it. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at, songs like that, it's from a perspective where, look, it's going to happen to all of us. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. How you take that journey is up to you, though. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it like, look, it's an eventuality. It's not like maybe it's going to happen. Nigga, we all on the clock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We all on the clock. So let me take something that people shy away from and let me own it. Yeah. So when I pass, do I want people to play that song when I pass? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I mean, if so, I feel like I did it justice. And those are if the State of the Union for my life or where I am at this very moment and what I'm doing and what I feel like, that song embodies all of that. Because you don't have to sell the truth. You know what I'm saying? You just got to tell it. And so that's where that song came from.
I feel you. Well, yeah, this project to me is like, it seemed like you've been like working for this your like whole career almost for this project. You right, Head. Like this is the album. When I started making records or when I started rapping, before I even got a deal, when I started rapping
And if I could imagine a record, this is the one.
Yeah.
This is the one I've been trying to make my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's the sentiment I got from it.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you, for sharing this. Thank you for always being open to criticism.
Yeah.
One of my first conversations with you, you was like, I want to know what you think. I'm like, for real? You like, yeah. And I was like, I ain't fucking with it. You was like, respect. Damn, Xzibit a real nigga. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and I always respected you from that day.
Absolutely.
But I appreciate
look,
you.
But look, man, if I wanted yes men,
Mm-hmm.
I know plenty of them.
Gotcha.
I can call them.
Gotcha.
But I called you specifically for a reason. Because we didn't grow up together. You know what I'm saying? And I know me, and I was like trying to find that sound. Remember, I was like, yeah, it was a couple years ago. Yeah. And I started and stopped this album a whole bunch of times. And I wanted to play it for you to see where it was at. And it didn't move him. And I didn't take it personal. Mm. I made the records. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, if anything, be mad at you, nigga. But it was dope because I respect your opinion. And respect doesn't mean that you're always going to get a positive response from what we're talking about. So I wanted that honesty from you. No. And honestly, that's what made me like, oh, I got more work to do.
Really?
Yeah. I took that and went back and like it's not ready. You see, you got to understand. Every 10 years, the change of the guard happens. People grow up. People go. The audience changes. Artists change. Right? People grow up. They graduate, start families, get jobs, have different lives. Those people that bought the Restless album are damn near in their 50s. You know what I'm saying? Or the late 40s. Mm-hmm. They not fucking with rap music like that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a new changing of the guard. Problem, Jason Martin is catalyst to. That's my doorway to all of y'all.
Yeah.
Like he's old enough to kick it with us, but young enough to kick it with y'all.
It's a good doorway.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's my guy. Like, when I don't understand something, I call him. I'll be like, what this nigga talking about? You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, he's saying this because he from over here, and he did, oh, got it. That's just weird shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, got it. Okay, got it. Understand. So that's how I communicate. So I know it's a different time, in a different pace, in a different pulse. So listen, I'm not trying to, I don't need to chase a sound. I don't need to change my sound. I just need to do Xzibit music extremely well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I wanted. That's what I was striving for. And when we had that conversation, I didn't take it personal. I honestly respected what you said, went back, and took to constructive criticism and was like, yo, well, this is what I need to do. When a nigga get mad at you for telling you, well, first of all, you asked for the opinion, right? And he tell you something unfavorable, nigga, don't get mad at the nigga for telling you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because then when you put this shit out and then don't do nothing, you're going to be like, oh, man, niggas is tripping. They don't no, niggas told you this shit wasn't moving. You know what I'm saying? Niggas told you.
Nah, but thank you, though.
No, thank you.
I really appreciate that about you. Make sure you tap in to Kingmaker. Oh, you got go one more.
Oh, yeah. I want to go. I just got one more Pimp My Ride question.
Okay, yeah.
Did he drive home with his water in the hot tub in the van?
Once they said it's a wrap, I left.
You left?
Yeah.
Once they said cut, I'm out.
There's no way he drove home with all that water in that hot tub.
Nah, I mean, there's so much stuff online about the shows and what it was about. And
the cars don't work.
Yeah, it's like, yo, man.
The cars didn't work.
Yeah, it's all
kinds of shit. But you know what?
You was the host. You don't even know.
I never worked on the cars, but I think what people are missing from that show is that in the midst of reality shows being about somebody else's demise or somebody's embarrassment or making or knocking the legs out from somebody, that show was about wish fulfillment. Yeah. It wasn't about me. It wasn't about the car. It wasn't even about the kid. Yeah. It was about the viewer looking at that. Is everybody has a piece of shit beater that they wish they could do something to, or they have a parent or a loved one that has a car that's special to them. Mm-hmm. I think people thought that, this can happen to me. Like, he can actually come and, like, Publishers Clearinghouse, come to my door and make this happen for me.
We don't have no shows like that now.
No, not at all.
No shows dealing in hope?
No.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is about the end of the world.
Bring a show.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
They're celebrating 106 in Park's
That's good.
25 years.
That's good. They've never. Again, we talking about Viacom MTV. They would rather bury the show than actually do right.
Yeah.
And they built the show off my back, but it's never once has anybody said, "Hey, you know what? Here's ownership in Pimp My Ride. We know we built this off your back. If you brought it back, could you do it?" Like if we took that show out tomorrow. They've tried to do it with everybody else except me.
They tried to bring it back with other hosts?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They tried to do a web series. They tried to put Fat Joe in Europe and do all kinds of other shit. And it's like, yo, man, like, just do right. But look, I feel like Miss Seeley. Until you do right by me, everything you do gon' fail.
One last thing. Was it intentional to, I know you lived out here for a long time, but was there any intention to brand you as a LA artist, or did us as fans think that you were branded as a LA artist? Or why were you never branded as a Detroit artist?
Because I left when I was 9. I had to be inside when the lights came on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long have you been here?
Since I was 17.
Oh, you from LA?
Yeah. I keep telling everybody that. But you know why they keep bringing that up? It's because I was able to do something here that people born and raised here haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
Damn. Talk to them.
You know? And it's not because I did anything out of character or anything out of way. I mean, it's like when that's the only thing you have to pull on is that little, oh, well, nigga, you ain't from here.
Yeah.
Okay, you are. What's your excuse?
Early on, did you have to establish yourself as an LA artist, or did people automatically assume you was from
I didn't know I had to.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got here, I was 17 years old. I had my girl got pregnant, and I was about to be a father, and I had no idea how I was going to feed my family. And 2 months before I got, my first son was born, I got signed. And it was $150,000 for the whole entire deal, and standard was 10% advance for the artist. So this was my first legal $15,000 I ever made. And my girl at the time, she was in a difficult situation, right? She had got caught in Kentucky moving pounds, right? So she was in a halfway house. So it was really intense at the time. Man, I walked in that house. I walked in the little, because I got a little apartment next to where she was. And she walked in there, and I was like, I got signed. I threw that money in the air like it was $1 million. And that was like a real, that was like my introduction to being in LA. Like, this music saved my life. My first son was born here. My legitimacy started here. I became a man here. Like all the big things that are supposed to happen and transition from a boy to a man happen here in LA. So I never felt like it's like, oh, I gotta make it comfortable for y'all to know where I'm from. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I gotta make y'all comfortable.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
You saying that because I'm whooping ass.
Yeah.
And I'm
Nobody would care if you wasn't.
Yeah. If I wasn't doing shit, they'd be like, "Oh, Xzibit, he tight." No, nigga, it's a problem.
Like, you look for their own personal excuse.
You can't say I'm whack, nigga, because I'll burn your ass down.
Yeah.
And now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that a thing? Like, it's weird. So look, I always tell people like this. I was born in Detroit. I was raised in Albuquerque, but I was made in LA. And that's how I do it.
As you should. Man, I've been waiting a long time for this conversation, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
come on, Hed. No, let's
Kingmaker. Go tap into that. Like I said, I'm advocating for the one I'm gonna play on the radio is
the Ty Dolla $ign joint.
Yeah,
Leave me alone.
You Dre and Ty Dolla $ign.
Ooh.
That ain't the combination we didn't know we needed.
Yeah, and you know what? And I don't think people understand. I haven't really told nobody this, but Swiss Beats and Dre did the track together. Swiss Beats shot the track. Dre did co-production on it with ICU. Shout out Focus. Shout out the whole team. Dim Joints. Everybody. Yeah. I don't think that's happened before. So this is
the first time.
Yeah, this is a bucket list moments happening on this record for me, man.
Shout out
Congratulations.
to them, man. Congrats, bro. More to come.
Yeah, absolutely.
But right now we locked in on this Kingmaker. Hopefully you come back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
And fuck with me and Gina.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's do this.
Let's do this. The legend is here.
Come on.
Xzibit. It's the X to the Z. It's effective immediately.
Let's go.